Hello, everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This
Woo!
is the show where we talk about the latest in movie news and in pop culture entertainment. And happy Saturday! I'm Wendy,
I'm Dustin.
and on today's show, we got so many topics.
hmm
We're talking about Green Lantern, a series ordered by HBO.
We're also going to be talking about how Doctor Strange will be joining Spider-Man 3.
I don't even know what is it that
Oh
he
yeah,
does. That's
it's something like
something
that.
like this. He does. I don't. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, and of course, our thoughts on the spicy nuggets from McDonald's,
Yeah.
and so much more. So, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope you're having a great Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you are, and we're happy to be here. So, for a quick bit of announcement, I don't think there's anything really new going on our channel, with the exception of the trailer reaction to the horror movie His House that's coming to Netflix.
hmm
Yeah,
And we just put that up. What was it? Just a few hours ago, or was that?
it
No, it
was
was
up
just we just put
yesterday.
it up yesterday.
But the thing is that the weird thing about uploading sometimes on YouTube is that depending on when you upload it, it won't be on the very front of your playlist, if you will. I don't know how to say it, but it the thumbnail shows up in chronicle order, so that video is technically kind of hidden. So I have to
Ah.
advertise it a little bit better because I think it's a solid trailer reaction. I don't say that often, but I think it's a solid trailer reaction.
It is one of the, yeah, it was definitely a really good trailer that we saw. And even though it's not my kind of movie,
Yeah.
I'm still kind of like, okay, this looks interesting.
I'll watch it for sure, and Dustin maybe will watch it. Let's see, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, our spoiler review for Lovecraft Country, it is coming. I'm really sorry that it's late. Sometimes, when they say it rains, it pours, so you go for so long without any sort of like hosting gigs or auditions and things like that, and
Feast
then
or famine.
yeah, and then all of a sudden they all kind of come in at the same time, which it's I'm so grateful, but I am also have become the I don't know when this happened, but now I get overwhelmed kind of easily when it comes to scheduling things for myself. So I had just a bunch of things lined up, and it's all within this week and next week. So I'm just looking at it and I feel a little frazzled, and my kind of immediate reaction is to deflect, and like if I ignore it, it just goes away, which doesn't work. And as an adult, it's terrible. It's a terrible sort of thing to live
I don't
by.
want to adult today.
I don't want to adult any days, but I force myself to because I am an adult, damn it. And let's see what else. Oh, we're also streaming on twitch.tv/ the movie couple. So if you want to watch us there from time to time, you can. We also both individually have our Twitch channels. I am, it's just my name, twitch.tv/ Wendy Lee Zaney. And
And
for
I'm going up
Dustin,
as Darth Zaney.
DarthZany. We actually did a stream where it was the both of us because I wanted to test out some more components on my channel. So Dustin and I did a sort of an impromptu, really late night stream on my Twitch channel, which is still up right now, where we just play a round of Mario Party.
Mario, oh man. Honestly, I really wish we could get like more people to play Mario
I
Party. But
know.
if for Nintendo Switch, you have to have them there in the room, kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Yes.
So for a while, it's just going to be Wendy and I playing some games.
Yeah.
Probably doing some Smash Brothers later on. Also, I'm going to start trying to stream on my channel and start doing some Hearthstone,
Hearths. Oh yeah.
because I used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering. So
Well
I'm
met.
going to try and see how well I can do with the transition from Magic the Gathering to Hearthstone, because they're very similar and I enjoy playing them.
Oh
But
yeah.
we're also going to try some other games that we have out there. So maybe some Civilizations for me. And what was that you were doing? Still doing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. I know now it's October 10th, so I might hop on there in a little bit. I'm viewing right now Twitch as not like I want to dive deep into it because I don't want to overload myself, because we were just talking about how, and I don't know if it's just me, if it is you as well, feel overwhelmed easily these days. Put that in the chat, put that in the comments, and share, because I certainly feel that way. Where if I schedule like I mean, before I was working, the 9 to 5 job, and then I would come home and I would do this and I would be okay. And for some reason during this time, I have a much lower capacity for being busy, which is really weird if you think about it. I don't know what it is, but I sort of see right now going on Twitch as a treat for myself to
Mm-hmm.
play the video games. So I sort of use it as Wendy, if you finish, like when you're younger and your parents are like, well, you can watch this. Well, my mom said this to me.
It
You
has
can
to be
watch
something.
this. Yeah, you can watch this cartoon, or you can have the snack when you are done with XYZ. And then so I'm kind of applying my mom's methods, I guess, to my now adult life.
No, I mean, and honestly, there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, maybe I should just watch something educational,
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
exactly.
But we're hoping to be able to get some more games up. Hopefully, do some different games. Smash Brothers, Fall Guy. I
Fall Guy,
want
I would
one
be
game
so
that
frustrated
I'm
in Fall
dying
Guy.
to dive into, but I'm not quite sure if I want to place down the $60 yet. Is
What?
Baldur's Gate 3.
$60?
Well, it's a brand new game. It just came out October 6th. Baldur's Gate 3 looks amazing.
What's it
And
about?
it's kind of like a D&D kind of a game. So you
Say no
are it's your
more.
it's kind of like if you took Diablo but mixed it a little bit with Heroes of Might and Magic and mixed it, and it just looks like an incredibly awesome game, right up my alley. And you
Yeah.
get to do a lot of RPG, a lot of customizing your characters. So I'm excited to dive into it a little bit, and then hopefully
Wow.
I want to start streaming that. But
That
yeah,
sounds
there's
like fun.
so many games out there
Yeah, that
that
sounds
we
like
want to kind of do, but it's also one of those things we have to find time to do it.
yeah, we have to make it a treat. And thank you to True Choice Story
Thank you
for
so much,
your
dude.
super chat. And he says, I'd rather play Among Us with y'all. Among Us, I believe, is only on Steam. Please correct me if
Oh,
I'm wrong. I am not sure. I know it's on Steam for sure, but I don't know. Can you buy it as a hard copy on any of the systems? If so, put that in the comments, put that in the chat, and let us know. We definitely want to play more games. Jack says, no Fall Guy. It's stressful. I do have fun watching other people play.
yeah.
I just don't know if I can play because I'm not good at jumping, and that's what the game is. It's jumping.
It's a running and jumping
I'll
game.
probably rage quit in 10 minutes. That's what, yeah.
Just throw the controller
Yell
in
the F word very loudly. Eric Z writes, are you looking forward to Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity on the Switch? Actually, Dustin and I are supposed to do a trailer reaction for that and put it on our Patreon. So we probably will soon. One of these days.
And we also have
Yeah.
to work on our setup for our games, because it was kind of when we were doing when we were doing Mario Party, it was a little rickety, so to speak.
Well, because typically it's the way I have it set up, it's like a one person, right?
Yeah, which is a
Um,
lot easier.
which is fine, but then there's two of us, so we had to bring in the element of the better mic, and then trying to fit the both of us on the screen, and sort of a deal. It worked for a very casual play, and not trying to be pro gamers here. Just
No.
want to have fun.
I've learned from my past experience of trying to do some, not pro gamer, but go up against people who are at like at least the minor leagues.
Yeah.
I got my butt kicked. I mean,
In Smash? In what?
in Smash, even when I was like playing some GoldenEye back in the
Oh my
day,
goodness.
kind of thing, and I would play with some friends who like always played.
Aw.
I was just like, oh no, I got my butt kicked very hardcore.
And really quickly, to everybody watching on Live It, thank you so much for the snacks that you guys are sending. Thank you so much.
We are streaming on Live It. We're streaming
all
on
over.
YouTube. We are also streaming on Twitch.
All over. Why not?
All at once.
All at once. And thank you to everybody. It's Chris and Justin and Adam for hanging out with us on Twitch. I think it was Thursday night. It was no, it wasn't.
It was a
Thursday
lot
night.
of fun.
It was Wednesday night. It wasn't Thursday night because I went to bed early.
Oh
on
yeah,
Thursday,
that's right.
So that couldn't have been it. So thank you all so much. We have a super chat from Chris, which means it is time for Chris's choice. And Chris writes today, what attraction at Disney that does not exist yet would you like to see? He says, I would like to see a version of the Smuggler's Run, except instead of the Millennium Falcon, the slave one with Boba Fett.
Oh,
ooh, Chris,
that would be really cool.
That's so good.
I mean, honestly, I would love to see more dark ride versions too, to where
like a Snow White and a Mr. Toad, but
those
more
are
like
dark rides. Well, yeah, but I'm saying so is well, I guess trackless rides.
Oh, okay.
So honestly, I would love for them to do kind of like a what is it called? Rise of the Resistance mixed with a Buzz Lightyear. kind of a
Pew
thing.
pew pew. You can
So
get
while
shoot
you're
your
in the car,
bounty.
yeah, and you could, and like when you shoot like the animatronics kind of a thing with your
Everybody gets a
laser,
blaster.
everyone gets a blaster. You shoot like an animatronic stormtrooper, and they actually like fall down, kind of
Ah,
a
and then the
thing.
Willem scream. I don't have that
That would
sound,
be
but that'd
awesome
be funny.
if
Use
there
it, Disney.
was one like one
Invite us to
character
the
to where
premiere.
you had like a screen and like a couple stormtroopers come over and then you shoot them, but there's like a ledge and they fall off the ledge and you're the ah. I
I
think
want to meet a human who can replicate the Wilhelm scream.
yeah, I mean it's so
I
iconic.
can't do it.
But I would love to see something like that. And I think the new Spider-Man ride that's coming to Disneyland is going to be
Ooh.
similar to that because they were saying that it is a trackless ride and that it's going to be you have like web shooters.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that that's kind of going to be like what I want. But unfortunately, we won't find out until Disneyland opens again. But those are the kind of rides that I love. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I love oh my gosh. I just thought of something. If they
Okay.
had the rights to Ghostbusters and they did a
Isn't it a
Ghostbusters
Fox film?
haunted
Oh no,
mansion.
it's a Sony film.
It's a Sony
No, so
film.
they won't get the film.
No, they
thing
won't
for
get the
that.
rights. But if they did kind of like a Ghostbusters ghost hunting kind of ride to where you're going through like a haunted house.
This right here.
Ooh.
A new version of the Great Movie Ride.
That was-
R.I.P. I love that ride.
That was
growing
such
up.
a good
I loved it.
ride. And I saw it years and years and years ago. So yeah, before they took it out. But the thing is though, I've seen some video for the ride that they put in there, the Mickey's Railroad.
Mickey and Minnie's Railroad Runaway or
Railroad.
something like that.
I was like,
Runaway Railroads? Sure.
I saw some of it on like some people had taken video of it. I was like,
Yeah.
this looks pretty cool.
Mhm.
It still looks like a really fun dark ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, great movie ride. Back when they had actors involved in everything, and they still had some cool stunts that were going on in the
I'm
ride
trying to figure out why my hair is being weird.
because you have that natural swoosh.
Oh no, it's the baby hairs. They're being weird. See them? See them?
Oh, I
See 'em?
see.
They just
Crazy
ne-
hair.
They just never grow. Anyways, got a comment from the chat, and this is from Adam. There's a concept art out there of a Dick Tracy attraction that they were going to build in Disney MGM Studios, which allows you to ride cop cars like Indy and wield Tommy guns on the bad guys. Ooh, that's like super retro.
Ooh.
That's super retro.
That's also kind of weird. I'm wondering if they would want to push that kind of, having Tommy guns while you're driving
Those are the
around.
round thingies, right?
Yeah,
Like
the one that-
yeah, okay.
The ones that used to be in violin cases. Kind of a thing.
Well, if they make it cute.
True. I guess if they make it a little bit more cartoonish,
Yeah.
that they would be able to pull
now
off.
it's
But that would
nowadays
also
it's
be
a little too realistic.
well, not just realistic, but also a little too gun violent kind of thing.
Yes.
That's why I think what a Spider-Man's going to work because they're web shooters.
Mhm.
What is it called? Ghostbusters would work because they're the photon patch
Yeah.
to ghosts.
So Sony needs to build a park, is what you're saying.
Yes. Well, they could probably
They could. What
give
if
them
they?
to Universal Studios.
Yeah, I was gonna say Universal might be the next good one because Universal have so many different IPs like Harry Potter, obviously.
Mhm.
Depending on which park you go to, you can see Marvel. What else?
I just thought of something
DreamWorks.
because in the trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife,
Yeah.
there's that moment when they're driving the car chasing Slimer, and that one sidecar comes out of the of Ecto 1, and then you're shooting at Slimer. You could have that someone who's
Just chase.
driving, and someone who's like the shooter, and you could have you could make it kind of like a smuggler's run,
Yeah.
where you have a few other people and you're trying to locate different ghosts, and you're driving around trying to drive around town trying to capture all of these different ghosts that have escaped when what is it called, the containment unit exploded.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm just brainstorming now. I love doing this kind of thing. Think of really cool
That's
attractions.
what Chris's choice is for. It's like our daily, our bi-weekly, yeah, because it's twice a week. Our bi-weekly means every 2 weeks.
That'd be dual weekly be kind of a thing, because it'd be twice a week.
Yeah.
But
Every time we stream, or almost
Chris
every time we
always
stream,
has
yeah,
some-
really, really great ones. For my concept, I've thought of this from the first day I saw this movie, and that is an Aladdin's carpet / escape from the cave of wonders hybrid ride. And I want it to be
Mhm.
like, what's that Tokyo Disney one that we went on, the underground one with
Oh,
the
was that the
monster.
The Sinbad one? Was that
No, not
Sinbad?
Sinbad. That's
Not the
cute.
Oh,
The one where it's like very smooth. The
oh,
journey to the
Journey to
center
the
of the earth.
Center of the
Okay,
Earth.
so something like that. What you would do is you walk into the tiger's mouth, and then your cue line is kind of,
The
you don't really,
journey.
you're not really Aladdin. You encounter a sorceress like Jafar, or is Jafar, and they task you with the mission to take the lamp, but don't touch anything else. And of course, when you get to the lamp, something happens, you touch something else, because how else will you have the conflict and to propel the ride forward for us to have this grand adventure, something like that. So you're kind of lowering, like, remember how we rode the elevator to go
Mhm.
downstairs into the center of the earth, and you board the vehicle, something like that. Because the scene where Aladdin is on the carpet and escaping the Cave of Wonders as it's turning into lava is so much fun. I always thought that could become sort of like a mid-range, not a super high thrill ride for the kids who would like Aladdin, so like a mid-family grade one, so that younger kids can still ride it with their parents, and still feel like a big kid thrill, sort of
Yeah.
sort of a sort of a thing. So yeah, that's the
That
concept.
is our tangent on
That's the
if we
concept.
were Imagineers
Disney,
at
don't steal
Disney.
it. Hey, okay, somebody just brought up a really good point. And yes, to Toy Story, it is essentially like Aladdin's Super Nintendo lava level.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
just put the 8-bit music in there, a little meaty sound. Jack writes, "Hey, are you guys doing a stream on Halloween? We can, right?
We probably
During the
could.
day. Maybe we'll put on a no promises, but maybe we'll do a little costume.
Oh, yeah.
It is Halloween. I mean, we're not gonna dress up and go anywhere else, so
Very true. So
might as
it's
well
kind
do
of
it here.
we gotta
I
get
gotta
our
see what I
costume fix on.
have.
We have so many different
You have
costumes.
so many
You have
costumes.
some too. Yeah,
It's
I mean
probably going to be Wonder Woman. It's probably, I'm thinking about it now, because with Wonder Woman, I can still wear comfy pants
Mhm.
because you guys only see from waist up. So, all right, you guys. Thank you so much for all of you participating in Chris's choice. Just kind of want to go back through the chat and see what we have, what you guys have been saying. Da 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 da. Oh, Marvin Martin writes, "How about swinging from the Notre Dame bell tower? They could turn the what's the
Oh,
fair ride? That's like the swing. You go around, around, around,
very
and
true.
then you can hit the bells of Notre Dame."
Very underrated movie. I
It
thought that was such a
is.
good soundtrack.
It is. Let's see.
And I remember, was it someone mentioned in there about a haunted house for Ghostbusters that Universal did do that?
Yeah.
But I remember I never got to see it, and I really wish I did. Was the Ghostbusters show that they had for like a few months at Universal Studios Florida, to where they actually had it was at Gozer's Tower, and Gozer would actually come out, and some ghosts would come, and they had the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but it was all behind a glass screen, and they were able to do projections of ghosts, and they were able to do like the photon laser shots, and I was like, I saw some video of it, and it looked amazing.
As you're saying this, since we're talking about Ghostbusters a lot as a ride, as a park concept, I am now thinking, what is similar to Ghostbusters? Sorry.
I was just
What
about to
is
put my hand there and be like,
what is similar to, this is my position for the rest of the show. Uh, what is similar to Ghostbusters that's already an existing IP in the parks? That will be Luigi's Mansion, that can easily be put in
oh,
Universal Studios Nintendo World. You
yep,
can you can ride the little cars, just kind of like that little hover,
and have
like
like those
little
vacuums.
carriage, and then you can wow.
Nope, that would work.
Uh
That would be a fun ride.
Universal and Disney, please call us as your new theme park concept
Concept people.
people, because we can't do Blue Sky or anything creatively, technically in that sense, but we have ideas. All right, you guys. Sorry. So moving on to our news flash. Since we're talking about rides, I think this is actually the perfect opportunity to kind of go into a cough. I swallowed wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need some water?
No, I don't.
Okay. No, I'm fine.
I just inhaled wrong. All right. So, Space Mountain, the movie, is in works, and with the writer of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, this is not the first time, obviously, that I actually have a cool photo of the Space Mountain. Let's put that up.
Oh, you do?
I
Oh,
do.
that's a cool
Yeah.
photo.
But I gotta take that off too. Okay, so Space Mountain movie in the works. We then this is according to a Variety. The writer would be Joby Harold. Sorry if I'm saying his name incorrectly, but we all know Space Mountain, kind of a indoor roller coaster ride. You get to blast off into the stars, and then you ride along to the music. And we know that the ride first was introduced to Walt Disney World in 1975, and then California in 1977. So the project is super early in the early stages, but it is intended for a theatrical release. There is no details as far as logline plot and all of that goes, but it is described as a family adventure. So Dustin, what do you and everybody in the chat as well? What do you guys think of a Space Mountain the Ride movie? Obviously, that's a working title.
Well, and that would be kind of interesting because the idea of making a movie off of the title Space Mountain is kind of weird. I mean, how do you have a mountain in space?
But then how are you going to relate it? Oh, that's true.
So, I mean, how do you actually get? I mean, true, I can understand Haunted Mansion.
I
I
have an
can
idea.
understand Pirates of the Caribbean. Space Mountain. I mean, I guess yeah, you can just talk about a mountain in space and have. I mean, the only thing that you'd have to that you really could have is like aliens.
So, oh, that's a good one, though. That's a good one. So, speculate with me here. Actual Space Mountain. This is my serious listen to me pose. Space Mountain, or Dorian Parks does this too. Space Mountain, as the ride, opens the movie, popular attraction inside a very popular theme park. What we don't know is that underneath all the ride and the attraction, there is an actual space rocket, and the ride can fall away to the sides, and then the rocket will shoot us into space or the moon or wherever we need to go because we need to escape Earth because something bad. Now it doesn't sound like a Disney. Now it sounds like a natural disaster, like a disaster
Now it
movie.
comes off. Well, and honestly, what kind of genre do you want this to be? I guess. Do you want it to? It's either going. It's probably going to have to be like a family adventure film. So somewhere along the lines of Pirates of the Caribbean,
Haunted House or Haunted Mansion. Sorry,
Haunted Mansion definitely was a more of a family comedy.
I don't think.
So I mean, I don't know how you would
I don't
pull
think I
that
ever
off. I mean,
rewatched it a second time.
maybe the writer has a really good idea
Yeah, maybe.
for a movie to where it does kind of shoehorn or shoe fit into the idea of Space Mountain.
Yeah.
But there really isn't much of a story behind the ride of Space Mountain. You know, I mean, true, you're going off into a rocket into space and you're flying around pretty much. But okay, so how can you now take that and turn it into a story, let alone a 2-hour story about, maybe an hour and 45-minute kind of movie.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious what they come up with.
Well, think of it this way. Obviously, the Pirates of the Caribbean, inspired by the ride, did really, really well as far as the franchise goes. I loved the first one. I liked the second one. The third one was but the first one is kind of my ride or die for sure. And then they saw the success of that, so they went on with Haunted Mansion, and then they even did the Tomorrowland movie.
Yeah,
remember that with George Clooney and Britt Robertson?
I had such high hopes for that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was okay. It was okay. A little bit preachy, just a little bit preachy, but not to the point where I'm like, ugh. So maybe who knows? I think they're gonna try to, because think of all the theming that you can get.
Yeah.
From all that and all the merchandising as well, if they have a good story.
I think you have to, I mean, the thing is though, with a movie of Space Mountain, it's that you have a lot less to actually work with.
Yes.
So there's not going to be much stuff in the movie that you're going to be able to grab onto. Like for Pirates of the Caribbean, you have imagery, you have moments to where you can see the pirates hanging, you can see the crabs.
Right.
There's moments in the movie that you can have that connect to the ride. Same thing with Haunted Mansion.
Darkness.
Yeah, the thing is with
the spinning part in the beginning where it looks like you're about to take off.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, there's really not much for visual that you can grab onto, or even story-wise.
Yeah.
Unless they had like, unless the only thing that really does connect it is like Space Mountain Port, or if they had
Mm-hmm.
it's Space Mountain Station.
Maybe that's what it is they're already a station in space and they're calling it like maybe the tallest peak on whatever thing that they're calling a space mountain.
Yeah.
So that's a good speculation. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I know Adam's got a couple of good nuggets in here. Writes,
Nuggets.
fun fact, if you watch the old Buzz Lightyear of Star Command cartoon, Star Command itself is based off the design of Space Mountain. Food for thought.
Oh.
Nice little Easter egg in there for us. Let's go ahead and move on to this quick news flash. I don't have an image or anything like that, but Angelina Jolie and Christoph Waltz are in talk to star in a movie called Every Note Played, and that is an adaptation to the novel of the same name. And I don't know.
Hmm.
Here is the notes. This is according to Variety, and this will be an adaptation of Lisa Genova's contemporary romance novel. And Jolie, and I'm quoting this directly from the Variety article, Jolie is going to play Karina, the ex-wife of an accomplished concert pianist named Richard, who will be portrayed by Christoph Waltz. And he has suffered many losses, including the estrangement of his daughter when he gets diagnosed with ALS in his hands. Basically, a nightmare for
Oh.
anybody who works with their hands. For pianists, it sounds just terrible. And as the disease worsened, and Richard can no longer play the piano or live on his own, Karina reluctantly steps in to be his caregiver.
Oh.
That's the premise, and it sounds like we're all going to need tissues because
Yep.
if anybody can act, those two are it.
Oh yeah, those two are amazing actors.
Yes.
So it's excited. I'm more excited from what it sounds like from the actors that are involved.
Yes, more so than the maybe the story, but who knows? We
Yeah,
haven't
but
read the
it's
book, so
still, yeah, it still sounds like an amazing story. It still sounds like you have some amazing talent attached to
yes.
it, and that's always what usually will get people most excited,
Mm-hmm.
is whether or not the story is famous, or if it's a
It might be a
popular
super
IP,
popular book.
or
Yeah.
and who's attached to it.
Yeah.
Those are always the two big
I
draws.
mean, the words Angelina Jolie, people will flock. Like to know that she is,
Yep.
involved in the Eternals is something I really never thought I'd see. I don't know why. I think she's obviously perfect for whatever character. I don't even remember what character she's playing, but I just never thought I could hear like Marvel movie and Angelina Jolie together, just because maybe she wouldn't be interested in it, or something like that. But I'm so thrilled. So this is gonna be fun because I think it's been a while since we've seen her in a film.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit.
Well, it's not like she has to work. She's
She's worked.
Angelina Jolie is one of those actors that's like, I only work when I want to work, kind of
She doesn't.
thing.
Yeah, she doesn't have to. She can just hang out with her kids,
Mm-hmm.
travel the world. If she, well, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if she's traveling the world nowadays. I don't even know. I
Probably
don't even
not.
know if she's in LA. But this is something I want to keep my eyes on just because I really like her. The both of them, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
as actors. We have a super chat from Chris. Thank
Woo!
you so
Thanks
much,
so much,
Chris.
Chris.
Chris writes, "Hey, an idea for a new intro into your show, the old MGM intro. Ooh, with the
Ooh.
lion roaring
But when
instead of the lion. Oh my gosh! I
Speaking
might have to go on Fiverr and see if somebody can do that.
be
Speaking
like,
of Navi,
"Rawr,
Navi,
rawr." Navi, you're gonna be like,
Navi, look
"Rawr,
here, She's like,
money,"
get away
whatever.
from me. That's a great idea, Chris. I'll go on Fiverr and see. Hey, and we have Goku who is watching us from Twitch. Thank you so much, Goku. He writes, "I love Waltz in Django, such a good movie. Really,
Mm-hmm.
also enjoyed Christoph Waltz in Alita Battle Angel.
Yes.
Underrated film, I feel like.
Very true.
But he looks so much like the animated character. How do you do who's born to play the role?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was. Thank you guys so much for all of your inputs and your super chats. You guys are awesome, and we love you. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our final news flash. This is only in here specifically for me. Okay, guys, let's take a second to talk about some spicy nugs.
Spicy chicken nuggets.
One eyeball pokes out. So these McDonald's spicy nuggets hit the market not too long ago, and as a girl who loves McDonald's chicken nuggets and just chicken nuggets in general, and spicy food specifically, I love spicy wings. I usually go for like the Wendy's spicy nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go for those. There was another
Those Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets, those were really good.
pretty good. So I was expecting the McDonald's ones, sort of what I love about a McDonald's McNugget, but buffalo. And we got them. And as we were getting them in the drive-through, I thought, man, this is going to be either a great idea or a bad idea because the older we get, the less good McDonald's tastes. And I don't like that because I loved it as a kid.
Hmm.
And well, obviously our palates change as humans throughout the year, but
I think it's more along the lines of McDonald's quality has changed less more than because it's always weird.
the shade,
It's always like, McDonald's always sounds like a good idea in
it
theory,
sure
but
does.
in the execution, you're always kind of like, I remember this being better kind of
And
thing.
that's literally what I said. Movie fan writes, I had the spicy nuggets 5 months ago and they're not bad. They're not bad. I put them on my Instagram story, which is probably gone now. I gave them a 5.5 out of 10.
Which
Uh
is still in the edible category.
it's no, yeah, it's edible and it had the texture and the crunch factor and obviously of a regular McNugget. Just the flavor didn't pop like I wanted it to pop. And I also found this out later when people responded to my IG story. They didn't give us the sauce that was meant to go with it. It's called like the mighty hot sauce or something like that. And they gave us regular sweet and sour because I like to dip my fries in those, so I asked for those. But they didn't tell us like here's the sauce that goes with it. Do you want it? They gave us ranch and then they gave us tangy barbecue, which I didn't ask for. I typically don't like to eat my chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce from McDonald's. And apparently this sauce that's supposed to go with it, the mighty hot sauce or something, uh I heard that it's supposed to be like a buffalo, like a hot sauce, like a spicy sweet and sour sauce. Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I went,
that for
"Oh."
you that you would like that.
Yeah, it's
I'm
so
not really into. I love the flavor of
you didn't even
spicy
get to eat
food.
one. I didn't save one
Yeah,
for you. I ate 'em.
she ate all of them.
As I complained about them, I ate them. We can go back and get the 6 pack.
There's something about McDonald's food that you're like, oh, this isn't that good, but you just keep on eating it.
Like all the stale fries. I'm like, yeah.
I remember when McDonald's
Scooping.
fries used to be so good
They used to be
too.
so good. They used to sell them by the bucket. I don't know if that ages us. If it does, I don't care.
When they used to do
Bucket
that
of
at
fries. Yes.
Disneyland. Oh,
Oh my gosh. True Choice Story writes, Wendy's done it better, done it before and better. Don't at me. I am not gonna at you. I agree with you. Wendy's had those spicy chicken nuggets a long time ago, and they're definitely better. I don't know. I heard that maybe they were available overseas for a while before they came to the States. Like
maybe.
I heard they were available in the UK before they were
That's weird. You
here.
would think that, spicy would kind of be something that America would pick up on a little bit faster, like spicy
Yeah.
nuggets. But McDonald's is also very slow to change when
I
it
won't
comes.
at you because of what you said is true. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And like I should have let you taste one. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, honestly.
They're not that spicy.
Like I said, I mean, I like the flavor of spicy, but I don't like the heat of spicy.
Yeah.
So, and also usually, well, anytime I have something that is spicy, my stomach will punish me.
Don't they all? Isn't that
But
everybody's
I
reaction?
guess, yeah, the older you get, the more
Mm-hmm.
that happens.
Whoa, 50-piece bucket of nuggets were great. 50-piece?
That's a
I
lot of
remember the
nuggets.
20-piece. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
That
when
was
they actually came in like
in
those
the
little
big
the big
boxes.
cartons, yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember there was a special going on at one time to where you could get a bucket of nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, we have a super chat from Judas Priest. We
Judas
love that
Priest,
name.
woo!
Hi, how are you? Thank you so
And I
much
love
for
the
your
logo
super. I
too.
know it gives me that like kind of that what's the lost logo? Like a little maybe I'm mixing my I'm probably am. Ignore me. Anyways, Judas Priest writes, have y'all reviewed The Boys? Not yet. Or The Expanse? Not yet. Both are on Amazon and they come highly recommended by this subscriber. We hear you, Judas Priest. We have I feel like once we start watching The Boys, we're just gonna plow
Binge it.
through. We have that on the list and Cobra Kai on the list because we need to
Yep.
catch up. As you guys know, we talked about this at length when Riley was on the show a couple of weeks ago, like just last week. Oh, by the way, speaking of Mark Riley, his show Riley's Cantina, but live is live tonight with Ken Apsock and friends. If you guys want to check that out, I don't remember the website, but
Go
Google
and check back out
Google
on our previous
Google.
live streams, and you'll be able to find it.
Yeah, just
Mark Riley's Cantina.
Mark Riley's Cantina, Star Wars live show with Ken Apsock, Mr. Star Wars himself. So,
Mhm.
oh yes, okay, and I'm also reading the comments. The Dharma Initiative. That's what it reminds me a little bit of from Lost.
Oh,
That's what it was. Hey Dustin, how about a hot chip challenge?
I'd lose. I mean,
But you
depend.
eat hot Cheetos.
Not really. I mean, I have had hot Cheetos before. That's why. What was it? We were always joking that if I ever got invited to the show Hot Ones or
Oh, hot ones. Yeah,
Hot
yeah,
Ones,
yeah.
I would make it past the first wing. I'd start just be kind of like I would not do good. Where they're able to go through all of the different hot sauces.
What if you just did the thing where you just took a bite?
Took a bite,
And
maybe.
because you put, it's not
I would
like they
have a
put the
stomach
sauce on
attack
for.
before I got past like the third wing. I'd be like, oh, okay, this interview's over. Bye.
We could do our own hot ones challenge. No,
Mm.
I've had, look, we a long time ago at Collider when we did the Awesome Tackler show was with Ellis and Jeremy, and I think there's a whole like behind the scene video. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't, I don't know. But we it's like a I don't remember what the show was. It was
Oh
Ashley Moga
yeah,
that hosted the segment, and it was if they got the wrong answer, they took a little like shot of something yucky. That, and it was all edible or whatever. It wasn't expired stuff. It wasn't, but it was like barbecue sauce with jalapeno juice. Something like weird
really
combination.
gross.
So I don't even remember who put it in the little cups, but it was one of the hot sauces that was used in Hot Ones, and it was the one on the spicy scale that was like really really high, and then the boys drink it like a shot.
Oh no,
I mean, I'm not
they
saying it was
had
a
a
full. It
whole
wasn't.
shot.
It was
Oh, they
like,
had some in there.
but I mean, it's a wing sauce to be tossed. Like the amount they had, it probably was equivalent to at least 4 or 5 wings. Maybe four. So they were fine, and you felt just. I remember Mark left, and then Jeremy left, and
They
they
weren't
weren't
coming back.
they weren't comfortable, to put it lightly, and I felt really bad. I was just like, are you okay? Like, we went and bought ice cream for them. There were a lot of water, milk. I just felt terrible
Yeah,
because it
I
just
remember you
burned.
telling me about this and the fact that you showed me the episode, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, okay. Blade
What? Huh?
GTR writes, oh God, the time Jeremy and Mark drank Mad Dog 357. That was it.
Oh
I
no.
witnessed that, and I felt like I sat on the floor with Jeremy because he was incapacitated on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So was Ellis. I felt really bad for them, and we threw that out. We took the bottle and we're
Like,
like,
nope,
nope,
not doing
hazardous,
this anymore.
hazardous. Yeah, and I think that's what happens was we probably whoever did it was like, oh, hot sauce, right? You don't think.
You don't think of like, oh, how bad is this?
I mean, that's like a weapon in a jar.
Yeah.
You even like somebody splash it on them like holy water.
Mm-hmm. You're just like, ah!
All right, you guys, we have so many topics to go through. So
Let's get to
sorry
some of our main topics.
for the oh, I have to change that. It's actually not confirmed. Let me change that really quickly. Hold on. Oh, it is
Sister Act
uh
rumors.
reunite. Okay.
Ah.
There we go. That's the that's the better title. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about who knew we were going to be talking about in 2020. Sister Act.
3.
Sister Act 3. So, on Thursday on The View, Whoopi Goldberg, as you know, who was the star of both Sister Act movies, she was asked by her co-host Sarah Hines, about whether or not there was going to be a Sister Act 3. So Whoopi Goldberg was a little hesitant, but she did note that currently it's looking like a yes. And it feels like, and quote, it may feel like there may be, yes. It feels like there may be. And a few years ago, they didn't want to do it. And now it seems like people are really talking about it, like it's something that people want to see. So it's great. And also on her appearance on the on the Late Late Show with James Corden, Whoopi Goldberg also said that they're currently working to get the cast back together. Quote, for a long time, they kept saying no one wanted to see it. And then quite recently, it turns out that it might not be true, she told Corden. So, who is also a huge fan of the film. People want to see it, and they're working diligently to try to figure out how to get the gang back together and come back. And I think, what do you think about this? Did you like Sister Act? When did you watch it when you were
I
young?
saw the first Sister Act, and I liked the first Sister Act.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember I don't have very many memories of the second one,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure if I did see it. If I saw bits and pieces of it, and I was kind of like, not for me, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, This is probably something that might do better on a streaming platform. Doing something like
Mm.
Disney Plus, doing something that goes straight to Disney Plus, going
Mm.
straight to Netflix, going straight to some streaming service. Keep the budget low, and you'll be able to appease the fans who are like, "Hey, let's see this again." Some
Yes.
people probably really, really liked this movie,
Yeah.
and it does have a strong following.
Yeah.
However, right now, Whoopi Goldberg, I don't think is a big audience draw.
But
And I think
the
there'd be a
property might
ton
be,
of
right?
hurdles, tons of hurdles if you tried to release it in
Mm.
the theaters.
Mm.
So I think, and plus, I can't see Sister Act needing a huge, needing a huge budget.
Well, if they want to use the nostalgia factor, I think that's when people will go and see it. But I'm starting to kind of take that approach about what you said regarding it doing it via streaming platform. And obviously they're still in like the planning phases. There's no cast confirmed. Obviously Whoopi Goldberg would be back because
Yeah,
she was in the first one, she was in the second one. So we'll see, but I wouldn't mind seeing them back because I did enjoy the first one. The second one, I think the first one was better. The second one had a lot of really great parts, mostly Lauren Hill. When she's saying, I really
mm-hmm.
enjoyed that. And we also have we have a couple of super chats actually.
Yep,
This one.
yep.
Oh,
We got one from Marvin Martin.
okay. Wait. There. Okay. Marvin Martin writes, with recent church scandals, some might be sensitive about it, perhaps.
Maybe. I
Well,
think personally, if you are a fan of Sister Act, you're not really going to be.
it's more about the choir,
Yeah,
because Whoopi also didn't start as she was a lounge singer, and then she
yeah,
was placed there because of what she had witnessed
yeah,
in the first film. But it all depends on what kind of a story they want to tell. I
yeah,
think with the third one, if it's just a nice reunion film with all the sisters, then I think there wouldn't really be much of a scandal there, especially because the property and the story and the characters already have existed.
yeah.
So it just really depends on one, marketing, and two, the
What?
story.
Yeah, what story they're planning on focusing on? I mean, heck, they've made a musical out of Sister Act, a
Yeah.
stage show. So we know that there are enough people out there who love this story, and I don't think the recent scandals in real life will have much of an effect on them unless something big happens recent, like
Right before the movie comes
yeah,
out.
right before the movie comes
Right.
out, kind of a thing.
And you're talking about the Broadway show. We have True Choice Story. Thank you so
Oh,
much for your super chat. He
ooh,
says,
thanks, dude.
I saw the Sister Act musical on Broadway, but I did get scolded by the legendary Elaine Stritch for having my phone.
That is awesome.
That is a memorable moment. You're like, hi, you're talking to me. You're yelling at me.
And I have my phone.
Can I take a picture? Quick picture before you put it away.
Those are some of the best moments, I think, when
I
you
agree.
go to a live show and what is it called? When actors have those moments to kind of riff on the audience, to kind of not make fun of the audience, but be able to interact a little bit with the audience. And I actually like when they do make some old movies into live action, into stage films, stage shows.
Yeah.
Like, I will rant about it all the time. I loved Dirty Rotten Scoundrels on Broadway.
Ooh.
I saw it when it came to the Pantages, and I was like, this is a fun musical.
Yes.
So I'm all for it. So any way that you can just tell a good fun story on stage,
Yeah.
adapt it from popular culture. That's what entertainment is all about.
Yeah, I agree. And also, just I'm laughing internally at the True Choice Stories comment, gasping gay. Sister Act 2 is a classic. That's to us because we didn't like it. It's not bad. It's certainly not bad. We definitely don't disagree with you. We definitely don't disagree. And True Choice Story says, also, I am a professional musical theater actor. I love musicals, but the Sister Act musical is not good.
I actually never saw
Never saw it either.
Sister Act one.
You know
I'm
what
trying
I
to
like?
think of ones
Legally
that I had.
Blonde.
Legally Blonde.
Oh my god, you guys.
Legally Blonde was a good adaptation.
One. Yeah.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. What are some other good pop culture?
Well, I know a pop culture one, but it wasn't good. Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark.
Oh my god, that's right.
And didn't people get hurt because
on their very first show? Yeah, and that's why it tanked.
Oh.
Turn
American
Off the
Idiot,
Dark,
the
American
musical,
Idiot.
yeah, the Green Day
That was
one.
more of like a rock. That
That
was
was yeah, that
more of
wasn't
like
really a
like a
pop
rock
culture.
opera based on Green Day's album.
Yeah. Uh, Jack says
Newsies.
Newsies is a good one.
Because
Newsies a really
listen,
good
was
one.
that a musical first or was that I think it was a movie
I
that
think it was the old movie first, and then they put it on Broadway, and
yes,
then they and then what? Ooh, I don't know
maybe
if True Choice Story is still in
Heather's.
here.
Heather's
Oh,
is a
Heather's is a
musical.
musical.
Oh,
Harry Potter and the
I didn't know.
Cursed Child. I think that's more of a play,
Yeah,
but it is still
but
on
it's still a
stage.
good transition. I
It's still
love
on
it when they do
stage.
stuff like that too.
Hamilton. We love
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton. Yeah, I'm trying to see what else. Yeah, I don't remember which one came out first. If it was for Newsies, if it was if it was the movie
If you
or the
guys happen to
musical.
know, comment in the live stream. And we got another super chat from
Amarnail, who writes, "Thank you so much for your super chat. I am all for Sister Act 3, but I hope they don't make it too comic, aka slapstick, cheesy like Jumanji 2. Need the OG cast, if not, just a spin-off. Yeah, then if not, they just rebrand it and have Whoopi come in and do a little bit of a, she
Yeah,
can do the
it
lead
really
role,
does
but it
sound
would be
like
a
though that
sequel.
Whoopi Goldberg is the driving force behind getting this remade.
What I really liked about Sister Act was her dynamic between the other sisters.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what made it
I don't think
fun.
you could
Mm-hmm.
have a sister act without Whoopi Goldberg, or
Mm-hmm.
at least without Whoopi's character.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think they would ever recast her because she seems to be wanting to do it.
Yeah, she wants to do it. She can probably bring the cast back together,
Hmm.
especially if they all had a good time on film, and they're not committed to other things in their life. I would love for them to come back. And then just one more. Where is it? Two Choice Stories comment about Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. I saw the original. Oh my god, you got to see
Oh,
the
you
original version.
did?
I had 7 very overpriced drinks to get through it.
Oh my god! Yeah, I've heard it. I heard
I've
it
heard
was
it
just
wasn't
absolutely
good.
horrible, and it was just this huge shit show. So
Oh boy. Well, that was a really fun topic. Let's go ahead and move on
I love these little
to.
rants
I
that we
know
go
they're the
on.
best. Let's talk about Pixar Soul. I was hoping this wouldn't happen. Inevitably, it is happening, and unfortunately, Soul is now going to stream exclusively on Disney Plus on December 25th. So it's a nice holiday treat for all of us. Unfortunately, it's not going to get a theatrical run this year. It looks like for the international markets where Disney Plus is not available, so it's going to be released theatrically there on a yet to be determined date. So this movie was originally slated to release in June, but it was later postponed to November 20th, obviously due to the global pandemic. And Variety had reported that Disney was exploring various different options for release dates for Soul, and it was unlikely to move forward with the late November slot because I think Crudes took that spot because they're coming out around
Oh.
that time. So I think that's kind of what happened. So that's unfortunate, but it will be coming to Disney Plus, and unlike Mulan, it's not going to require us to pay an additional fee on
Oh.
top of our subscription to Disney Plus to view the film. So if you already subscribed for $6.99 or whatever price you got it at, if you got the 3-year package deal like we did, then it's just that, and it'll be available on the day, which is great for all of us subscribers. And in case you don't know what Soul is, it is about a middle school music teacher voiced by Jamie Foxx who dreams of being a jazz performer. But before his big break, and we saw this in the trailer, he has a little tumble,
A little bit of an accident.
a big little accident, and he goes to the Soul Academy or the U seminar where he teams up with 22, voiced by Tina Fey, to try to get his soul back into his body before it's too late. And then we have a quote from Pete Docter, who is the director on the film. He says, quote, "The world can be an exhausting and frustrating place, but it's also full of unexpected joys, even in unseemly, mundane things. Soul investigates what's really important in our lives, a question we're all asking these days. We hope it will bring some humor and fun to people at a time where everyone can surely use that." So that's a very sweet statement, of course, from Mr. Pete Docter himself.
Very true. Honestly, I'm I'm bummed.
Yep.
I'm bummed that this movie's not going to get a theatrical release. It makes sense that it's not going to get a theatrical release though. But I'm kind of curious on why they did the premium for Mulan, but they're not going to do the or a version of premium. Maybe instead of it being $30, which is incredibly expensive,
Yeah.
make it like $10.
Yeah.
So I mean, because that is still, I'm pretty sure the budget for Soul was still pretty high because it
Yeah.
is a Pixar movie. So they've been developing
Mhm.
this
Mhm.
film for years, and that's years worth of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
And ah,
And not to say one film is better or worse than the other as far as how hard people worked on it. Everybody works hard behind the scenes because I don't want to start like competition between live action means this and animated means that. I think they're both equally hard to make. It
yes,
involves a lot of people and a lot of time, a lot of sweat and tears, of course. But I feel like they needed to recover a lot from Mulan because it was filmed on location, a lot of overseas stuff, a lot of stunt writers, there's animals, and
true,
stunt training, costuming, all the research that you have to fly to China beforehand to do proper research about the time period and the proper attire for Mulan and things like that. So I think maybe that's where it edges out a little bit, and they were kind of seeing that as like a major tentpole Disney live action movie.
true.
So maybe that's where it was, but I'm really excited. I was really excited. I still am excited for Soul. I was hoping that this was a story that we're gonna get to see on the big screen instead of home. I am hoping, and I think I read this somewhere too, but I may not be correct on this because I couldn't find it in my notes. That once we can all safely get back to mass gatherings in closed spaces, in close proximity, that
Yes,
maybe they will re-release this so we can see it on big screens because
and
there's
that also then it also makes it qualify for the
the
Oscars.
Oscars, which we will talk about a little bit too later on down the show notes. But yeah, there's something about Pixar films when you see it in a theater and you're really absorbed by the story and the music and the
Mm-hmm.
effects, and it makes you cry because that's what Pixar movies do.
Yeah.
They just make you cry. We have a super chat from Lamont Smalls.
Woo! Thanks,
Lamont,
Lamont.
thank you so much. Lamont writes, I think that Soul is a great film to stream on DVD. I also think Ghostbusters Afterlife should also go to streaming. Oh, maybe Netflix or Crackle.
I don't know.
Ooh,
I am very hesitant
interesting.
to say that about Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think
But so you kind of agree.
so honestly, I was calling Soul for a while.
You were.
I was saying that most likely they're going to release it. I honestly thought they were going to release Soul on a premium channel. So like you have to pay like 10. I didn't think they were going to make you pay $30 for it. But I was thinking, they're probably going to have
What's
like
like the
some kind of
cheapest?
price.
What's some of the like 6.99, 7.99 maybe?
Yeah, even something like make it the price of a cheap matinee ticket.
Right,
Make it
right,
like
right,
$5.
right.
And that means, and then you're making some of your money back. Because I
Mhm.
can't see anyone going, oh, $5, yeah, sure. I spend that much on some of the apps kind of
Yeah,
thing that I have on my phone
yeah.
to get extra digital coins. But yeah, but I mean, if they want to give it to us for free, then I'm game
I
for
mean,
it.
we're game for it. We've had Disney Plus for over a
But
year now.
Ghostbuster Afterlife, it
Mhm.
is the return of a genre that we have been dying to see.
Mhm.
To see more of the original cast, more of the original story kind of continuing, more of a handing off of the torch as opposed to a retelling like we got with the last Ghostbuster film.
Yeah.
And plus, there was just so much hate going at that the last Ghostbuster film that they kind of need this reboot to be big in the theaters. And I really hope that this movie, Ghostbuster Afterlife, tells the continuation of this story well because I want to. I grew up on Ghost. I had a Ghostbusters costume with the ecto pack on my back
You're so
and the one
lucky.
that had like the blaster, but it also had like one of those pool noodles that came out the top,
What?
came out the front. I
I didn't get
loved
anything like
Ghostbusters.
that. I didn't get anything like that. I was I
So I hope that Ghostbusters Afterlife does get a shot at the big screen. However, if they put it on streaming, I'm still gonna
Yeah,
watch
we'll
it.
we'll buy it and we'll watch it and we'll support it in the ways we can. Another super chat from Lamont Smalls. Lamont, thank you so much. And Lamont writes, also according to John Campia, Mulan can now be bought on iTunes and Google Play for the same price on Disney Plus.
Huh.
Okay.
Uh,
Well,
I
I
guess,
guess the
yeah.
period of it being on Disney Plus, maybe it's over. I don't know how that all works behind the scene. So maybe there's some sort of a deal with streaming where, like, it is Disney, it's still a Disney property, but they kind of like let other, platforms
Yeah.
put it up for
Well, and yeah, like you can buy it,
distribution.
like you can rent it on Amazon, you can rent it
Right.
at different places. But honestly, it's now at that point to where it's like, well, just wait until December and you get it for free.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Lamont, so much
Thank you
for
so much,
your
dude.
super chat. Thank you so much. Da 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 da. Let's see. Okay, we can talk about this really quickly. This is just unfortunate, you guys. Unfortunate news when I saw this. So production has halted on Jurassic World
Dominion, yeah.
Dominion, thank you. After people on set tested positive for COVID, and the announcement came from the director, Colin Trevorrow, and I believe he tweeted this out, I think, or maybe he put it on his social media somewhere. Quote, woke up to the news we had a few positive coronavirus tests on Jurassic World Dominion, all tested negative shortly after, but due to our safety protocols, we're going to pause for 2 weeks. Be back soon. I think that's the safest way to go, obviously. And we also have a statement from a Universal spokesperson who writes, late last night, we were informed that the Jurassic World Dominion production experienced a small amount of positive tests for COVID-19, even though subsequent tests proves negative this morning due to our rigid protocol and to ensure the safety and well-being of the entire cast and crew is paramount at all times. Those who initially tested positive are currently self-isolating, as are those who they have come in contact with. As a result, filming have been temporarily paused and will resume in accordance with established safety guidelines. Jurassic World Dominion was slated for summer 2021, but now pushed back to June 10th, 2022. Now, they're only delayed for 2 weeks, which isn't too bad. But do you think this means that they have to push their new release date back even further?
I don't think so. I still think that they could, if it's just going to be a 2 week delay and they find out that, okay, all of these were negative or
Yeah.
false positives,
Yeah.
then yeah, they're going to hop right back in. I also think that this is something that they've planned for. It's kind of like, hey, if we start up production, the probability of us having someone on set that does contract COVID is
Mhm.
going to be pretty high. So we have to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
We have to be prepared for it. If they weren't prepared for it, then they get a smack upside the head and going,
Yeah.
why didn't you prepare for this?
Why?
It's such an obvious thing that you're going to have to prepare for.
Yeah.
So I'm going under the assumption that yes, that they were prepared for it, that they know what to do. They have a playbook all set and ready. And unless it turns out to where like, oh my gosh, half of the cast and crew
Yeah.
ended up getting COVID,
Oh,
then I don't think this is going to affect their shoot schedule that much.
I think they're doing the right thing. I think that they saw that people tested positive and they acted
Mm-hmm.
accordingly, and asking those who were positive to isolate anybody who kind of trace contact sort of via who they were in contact with on set, and then basically now they have to disinfect this set
Yeah.
depending on where they were filming, but it's
They go out on location and they just have like a
Lysol.
lot. They have like those big leaf blowers that blow out the mist that you see on the news all the time.
Blow away what you can't see. And really quickly too, before we and we hope, by the way, that everybody who is
Yes.
who tested positive for COVID, that you are doing well, stay safe, stay healthy, wear a mask, wash your hands, and don't touch your face.
Yeah.
Don't touch your
Wash
face.
your hands, wear a mask. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face. And going back really quickly about Soul, I forgot that I wanted to bring this up in our Discord. Movie Bunch Party actually sent us this link about Soul. Pixar Soul is going to get a documentary about finishing the film amid the COVID quarantines.
I
Because
think that's an excellent
isn't it?
idea. I mean, honestly, I think there's a couple different documentaries that you could do
Yeah.
on how do we finish up a movie while in quarantine. I mean,
Yeah.
there could be actually, if you could get someone that has access to all these different studios and be like, movies during COVID kind of trailer. I mean, a documentary. And you can talk to Mulan about what happens when you're booked to open right before the pandemic hit. What are you
Yeah.
doing to where if you're booked, if you were scheduled to have the movie release in the middle?
Maybe a combination of like the Disney titles that were affected.
Yeah, the Disney titles, the
Disney,
Universal
Marvel.
title, all
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
movies during COVID.
We'll see it. Somebody's probably already making it, guaranteed. We in fact saw a documentary last night
Yep,
about the
totally
handling
under
of the
control.
coronavirus. Yeah, it's not an easy watch,
No.
but because we also lived through it. That's it's kind of interesting to watch a documentary about things that you've actually lived through, that you're currently
Yes, that
living
is that
through.
is yeah, you're going through right now.
It's really, really weird. Gave me a little bit of anxiety because it just reminded me that like if I look outside, it's kind of a dumpster fire.
Mhm. And it's
Yeah.
also kind of weird because it is very educational, and you look at what you have, what you have lived through.
Happy
Woo!
birthday, Sheriff the Hufflepuff! Everybody say happy birthday to
Happy birthday!
Sheriff. And back to you.
Um, yeah, and just seeing the documentary, totally under control, is a little too much educational to where it was a little bit like sitting in class with an interesting subject,
With an interesting
or a
subject because
subject that you're
you're
like, oh my gosh, this is going on right
it's
now.
extremely current.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since we're talking about drive-ins, we actually saw it at a drive-in, didn't go to the theater. The Oscars are allowing drive-in screenings to be eligible for for an Oscar, which I think is really, really, really great news. So here's a little bit
Which
of
is like
notes.
mandatory now.
I feel like they had to pivot, right? So the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science have announced another update to their eligibility requirement for this year's Oscar, allowing films shown at drive-in theaters to qualify for Best Picture and General Entry categories. So, in addition to their April amendments giving eligibility to films without their traditional theatrical releases, as long as they're uploaded to the Academy screening room, this new rule clarifies that a theatrical run of only 7 days is needed, and that drive-in theaters qualify as a commercial venue. And like, why would you not, right?
Yeah.
Why would you have these theaters available? Why not use it? So here's the new rules, and this is what I pulled from the article I was reading. Films which are intended for theatrical release but are initially made available through commercial streaming, VOD service, or other broadcast may qualify by making the film available on the secure Academy Screening Room member site within 60 days of the film's streaming/VOD release or broadcast, or films may qualify with a traditional theatrical release completing a 7-day run in one of the 6 qualifying cities, which is LA, New York, San Francisco/the Bay Area, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, and screening at least 3 times daily with at least one screening between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m.
What?
daily. This is a lot of, read that
Wow,
carefully.
that there's some fine print going on here.
Read it all. Additionally, drive-in theaters in these cities will now qualify as commercial venue. However, the screening requirements will be adjusted from 3 times daily to once daily. Films that have a theatrical release are not required to submit to the Academy screening room within 60 days. It is optional. And of course, this will be all the films that qualify for the next Oscar, which is April 25th, 2021. Those are fine print rules, Dustin.
Yeah, those are like, I'm like, whoa, that's some quite intense, thorough going
Between
through.
6 to 10.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm like, why? Why be that tough? I
I'm
mean,
just
just
gonna
let them, if they're in a drive-through theater, good enough. So, especially now this time, I mean, I just feel like it's a little bit like a drive-in theaters don't count. They are
until
not.
now, because we have no choice. Theaters aren't open.
And I'm kind of like, dude, it's a movie. If they've put it out for for a certain amount of days in a theater, I mean, in a drive-in, in a theater, whatever, it should still qualify.
It should still qualify. And I kind of,
They should do that also for Soul, just for a little bit.
I mean, why wouldn't they? Because
Yeah.
they fit into the category, right? It was meant to be a theatrical release, and as long as they upload it to the screening site,
Mm-hmm.
they will be considered
Yeah.
to be eligible. So I wouldn't be surprised if Soul was one of the nominated films. I mean, I haven't even seen it yet, but I'm gonna bet on it because Pixar film usually has that Oscar quality
Mm-hmm.
to it. So yeah, go ahead.
But I was just gonna talk about. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that right, even though they're loosening the rules, those rules are still still a little strict. I'm kind of like, dude, come on, just let them
So
just let them be
specific.
qualified for an Oscar. That's all. It doesn't.
3
You're not
times
even
a day,
saying.
daily. One must be between 6. And it's like you have to beg the movie, please show my movie between
Please.
6 and 10, please. I beg of you.
whatever.
Like,
And I'm just kind
wow.
of like, it shouldn't be that difficult
Uh,
to have. I mean, and also, this is just to get your movie qualified. This doesn't mean you're going to be nominated, kind of a thing.
no one said getting an
So
Oscar was
this is
easy.
just for them to be like, oh, Soul, it was an okay movie. Oh, well,
How
kind of a
dare?
thing.
How dare?
So, I mean, I'm a little like, no, duh, you really should do this.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's also a lot of things that aren't going to movies that really should be qualified, that should qualify for Oscars.
Yeah.
I mean, but of course they have the Emmys more for those, for like TV shows and
Oh,
stuff.
right. That's true. That's true. And they didn't cancel that, so
Yeah, no,
we'll
very
we'll
true.
see them. We'll see everything at the Oscars this year, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to our next topic, we're talking about Green Lantern series ordered by HBO. So, this is actually pretty
Green Lantern
exciting.
Corps.
Green Lantern. So HBO Max has ordered 10 one-hour episodes, and the series will be co-written and executively produced by Seth Grahame-Smith and Mark Guggenheim, and with Seth Grahame-Smith serving as the showrunner. And it was recently announced, of course, you guys remember, James Gunn is working on a spin-off for his Suicide Squad film, and that's going to have John Cena as the Peacemaker in this
Mm-hmm.
series, which I find really interesting. That's the
I
one that they
love
picked.
that.
We still don't know if that means he survives or he doesn't, because it could be a prequel or it
Prequel.
could be a sequel. We're not sure. And it was announced in July that Matt Reeves and Terrence Winter has received a commitment from. Oops, I just activated my digital assistant by saying the word. Let's see. So yeah, there is also going to be a Gotham PD series, and that is meant to tie into the upcoming Batman film with Robert Pattinson. And then the other DC shows that are currently on HBO, that we have the animated Harley Quinn, we have Doom Patrol, we have Titans, and then in development there's Strange Adventures and Justice League Dark.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very exciting. So for the plot details, now available for the first time ever. The show will depict the adventure of a multitude of lanterns, including Guy Gardner, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz or Baz, Simon Baz,
Off the top of my head, I'm not
Alan
wrong.
Scott, and that is Earth's first Green Lantern, who true to the comic is gay, and many more. And this series will also include fan favorites such as Sinestro.
Sinestro.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Kilowog.
Sorry if we're saying these names incorrect. Sometimes you read the comics and you don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
And you don't hear it as often. But these
But
are
I'm pretty
these are
sure
fan
it's Kilowog
faves,
and Sinestro.
and will introduce new heroes to the rank of the Green Lantern Corps. I did not
Good.
expect this, so this is actually really interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited because it feels like they're finally going, hey, we don't have to tell the origins of Hal Jordan again, kind of a thing.
Yep.
And I am just excited to be able to see the full Green Lantern Corps at their peak, tell a story, because we know they're around. If you're a fan of DC, you know who the Green Lanterns are.
Mhm.
You kind of know a little bit about their origins. You just want to see these characters that you love go out and kick some bad guy ass, kind of a thing. See, I want them to expand the universe, so we get not just the Green Lanterns, but we can get the Yellow Lanterns, the Red Lanterns, that we can get all of the different colors out there. And then maybe we can start getting some of the storylines of like Darkest Night out there, which was an intense story. And I want them to start getting into some of the meatier stuff, instead of being like, well, we're going to do a Green Lantern story, so that means we have to start off with Hal Jordan and how he got the. No, it's like, we've already seen that. We know
that's
what
like the Batman origin story.
Yeah, we don't need to see Bruce Wayne's family die. Spoiler alert.
What? They die? No.
We don't need to see Spider-Man's origins again.
Right.
We've seen them.
Uncle Ben dies?
I know. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
But I just want to see them have adventures. I want to see them have fun. I want to see this group of superheroes that I just want to see in full action. I want to see in their prime.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. So I'm excited that they're doing this. 10 one-hour episodes sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And I just hope they don't do like the full CGI costume kind of a thing.
Oh no. Maybe they can make fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Break that fourth wall a little bit. I think I saw a really really, really funny. Oh, here it is. Blade GTR says, as long as it's not Guy Gardner, I'm okay with it. And then he wrote this as I'm reading it out loud. And then where is the quote later?
Everyone hates Guy
He
Gardner.
goes, "Oh God, not Guy Gardner. Why? Why?
He's
I'm not as familiar with Green Lantern, so
all
forgive
of the
me."
Green Lanterns kind of hate Guy Gardner simply because he's kind of a douchebag. He's very
Oh,
cocky. He's very much like everyone is just like, oh my god, no, don't put me on his team. I don't want to. And you get Guy Gardner. God damn it. He's just the douchebag of the group,
I
kind of a
see.
thing.
Well, I feel like I would maybe enjoy his character a little bit
It's one of those characters that,
because
yeah, you can laugh at him
yes, like
and how
as a
much everyone
consumer, I'd be
hates
like,
him.
ah, ha, ha, okay. And knowing that going in would help.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Goku coming in with a comment from Twitch. Don't make the suit green
Or
or animate it. Said by Ryan
Deadpool.
Reynolds.
Good old Ryan Reynolds. I have to admit, I love everything that Ryan Reynolds has done
Doing so
recently
great.
and how he's able to easily just make fun of himself. I'm looking so forward to Free Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Free
So,
Guy looks so fun. We don't know when it's coming, but we have the trailer and it's awesome.
and I'm really excited about what they're doing at HBO. They're being able to get more access to all of these awesome DC properties, and more people are going to be able to see them, which means that they're going to be more popular, which
Mm-hmm.
means we're going to get more of them. So go HBO and DC.
Go HBO. Adam says seriously, he's like the Green Lantern equivalent of Biff Tannen, but as a good guy. Wow, that bad?
Less of a bully, but
Okay.
more of just like a cocky asshole who
So maybe like Peacemaker a little.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar enough
Okay,
to
okay.
be like Peacemaker, but I'm excited to see the HBO Peacemaker
Oh my god, I can't wait.
because here's something with that too. We know how brutal Peacemaker is and how violent it is. You can now make it since it's HBO.
You can
HBO is
show it.
known for their
You can
violence.
show it. And
You can
other
show it.
things. If you haven't watched Lovecraft Country or
Some
Westworld
bow chicka bow
or
wow.
Game of Thrones. All
Some
right.
Green Lantern action.
Some
Oh no.
don't say it.
That would be okay. I'm not gonna go there, but I'm pretty much thinking if anyone knows what the Green Lanterns are able to do with their powers, yeah, it makes it that makes those scenes a little bit more interesting.
We're gonna move on to our next
Next
topic.
topic.
Next topic,
Speaking of superheroes,
we're talking about from Darkest Night to the multiverse, I guess. So we're talking about this is our final topic for today's live stream. This is an exclusive from the Hollywood Reporter, and they're putting Benedict Cumberbatch in the mentor role that was previously occupied by Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, as well as Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury. Um, and this role is going to give Tom Holland like a nice chance to play opposite all these amazing actors, kind of giving Peter Parker that father figure.
mm-hmm.
I feel like we should put Happy in there too. I know Happy is still in the film, but
Yeah,
Happy is also acting a little bit like a father figure, and of course, giving the movie a little bit of that extra zing, a little star power to tie them together to the MCU. So the Spider-Man project has already had some unexpected tie going in for it. That means bringing back Jamie Foxx as Electro. Did
mm-hmm.
not see that coming
No,
at all, and because he was last seen in not a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, but the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie. So having Doctor Strange as a part of Spider-Man is going to be able to help explain why Electro is back and how he is back. Benedict Cumberbatch is about to begin shooting this Doctor Strange sequel, which is called Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which explored alternate realities, different timelines, and I guess we will see how once that movie comes to light, how everything is going to tie in a little bit more with Spider-Man 3. But so far, there's no comments from Disney or Marvel because they're keeping everything hush hush.
yep.
Since it's so far out from being released, that I totally understand. But this is exciting.
This is super. I mean, this is. I'm
We're
actually
using our superhero name.
insanely excited because I would love for them to see kind of do almost like a what is that called in a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse kind of a version, but in live action to where we get Andrew Garfield in the movie. There's rumors that Andrew Garfield is going to be in this movie as well, along with Tobey Maguire, along with Jamie Foxx as Electro, and then you're just bringing in all of these different things that just allows you to do pretty much whatever you want in this universe. I am super excited to see this and see how they pull it off. I'm excited that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be in there as Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is something that the MCU has been able to so far do pretty well. I'm hoping is to start bringing in all of these different characters, and if they're able to play a little bit with a little bit of Sony's backstory, a little bit of um, Disney's
Yeah.
universe. So I want to see this, and because then this also makes it a lot easier for them maybe to slip Spider-Man into a Venom movie or
Ooh.
bring Venom into the Spider-Man universe. Because right now
Ooh.
it looked like Venom was in a universe without Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So bring that, I mean, him into a universe where there is a Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then you now have, and then that symbiote can go into, like, there are times when the symbiote has split or they've made clones or copies of the symbiote, and then symbiote can stay in the universe while the other one goes back to his universe, and you can now tell that story, kind of a thing. So it opens up many possibilities.
Whenever you say symbiote, I want to say
Symbiote.
symbiote.
It's like, no.
Sorry, symbiote. We have a lot of really great comments too coming in from the chat. Thank you for those watching live, being so super active in the chat today. Joel writes, with this new, along with Jamie Foxx's Electro, we might actually have a Spider Verse inspired film in live
Yes.
action. And Adam also chimes in, super excited for this. I grew up on Spider Man, TAS, and Doctor Strange and Peter are great friends. And this means we may see stuff like
Madam Web.
yeah, and
That's
stuff like
right.
Secret Wars.
And Secret Wars.
Yes.
Oh my
Spider
God.
Verse, yeah.
That would be cool. And that would be also really cool because what you could do is if you had Secret Wars, you could split the MCU. You could have a group of superheroes that go off with Spider-Man and do Secret Wars. And then you could have them have that not as many of Avengers to fight Secret Wars with the Skrull invasion. But then there's a moment when they kind of come back, but you don't know who's actually who because they could be what is it called? Scrolls.
Getting real sweaty in here.
Oh yeah, super sweatiness. I love.
Super sweaty. We love it, and we love Amar's title, Spider-Man 3. Strangely Home Alone. That's actually really funny.
I like
that a lot.
Sony, pay attention here.
Sony, pay the man. Yeah, this is really exciting, and we're just that they're putting in the groundwork, I think, for that really, hopefully, really, really good Spider Verse. Obviously, we have the Venom movie. We have the sequel coming out. I think they were talking about the untitled like Spider Woman movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. There's that one.
And if they're traveling through the multiverse, they can find a
Come
Spider
on.
Woman.
Yes.
They can find a Spider Gwen.
Oh, I need a Spider Gwen standalone. Please, 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 please. I can't wait. Yeah, this is going to be really exciting. And Joel also writes, with the introduction of the multiverse in the MCU, could get answers of why Michael Keaton happens to be in Morbius. Oh, I forgot about Morbius. I forgot about Morbius.
Still have Morbius out there.
Sinister Six.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
Yeah,
so bad.
This all sounds really, really, really good. I'm really excited. I just hope everybody not try to, because there's so much creativeness going on. Everybody, if you're working on this, you're a fan.
Yeah.
Right? You're a fan. You grew up probably reading Spider-Man comics or watching the cartoon or playing with Spider-Man figures. So I'm going to assume that everybody creatively working has some sort of a tie, an emotional tie, a childhood nostalgia tie to these heroes that we talked about. So I just hope that they don't get so like, well, this is yours and this is ours, and like, let's just work together because it's kind of a shared universe between Sony and Marvel, and
pour everything in, shake it up, and be like, yeah, we've got everyone in here going.
And us, the fans, we will eat it up.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, we'll buy the merchandise too. Well, I will for sure.
I mean, yeah, and there's so many other. I mean, some people are saying, yeah, there's Spider Girl, there's Man Spider out there. There's I mean, with the Spider Verse, there's so much stuff out there to have fun, and there could be if you have Marvin Martin. You did mention the Marvel Zombie Universe, which I think would be an amazing story to tell. And if it's in the multiverse, and if you just have one character who accidentally falls into that universe, and then it's just a one-off kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I think it just opens the door to more sweaty awesomeness.
Yeah. Whew. Well, you guys, we've had it's a very long, full show. When I was building the show notes, I didn't realize how many topics I put in there until Dustin got it, and he's like, "Well, that's a lot of notes." And before we end the show today, we have a super chat from Marvin Martin. Thank you
Marvin.
so much. And he writes, "Spider Man was once a horseman for the apocalypse."
Hmm.
I did not know that, so thank you for that little bit of information. Just mic drop.
Yep, right there. To
Yeah.
show our group sweatiness.
To show our group, I am actually sweaty, so I can't because I wore a long sleeve shirt, so I can't lift my arms. I wear deodorant, I swear, but it's a deodorant and not an
Not an
antiperspirant
antiperspirant.
because technically they're like
There
not
is a
good
difference,
for
ladies and
you.
gentlemen.
Yeah, there is. It's not that great for you. Like you're supposed to, your body is supposed to sweat. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much
Anyways,
for for joining us today. Thank you for everybody who donated to our super chat. We
thank you
love you
guys
all
so much.
so much. We will be back regular times next week, Wednesday and Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much. Oh, and before we go, we do have and I think everybody who is watching are already a part of it. But if you would like to join our very awesome community, join our movie bunch, you can join us on Discord where we just talk about movie news, pop culture news, collectibles is a topic, video games is a topic,
Hmm.
new trailers is a topic. I should put food in there as a topic.
Oh yeah, we really should because yeah.
Talk about spicy nuggets.
Oh yeah.
I'm never getting those again.
No.
I'm so mad I didn't get the sauce. I'm so mad I didn't get the sauce. And hey, look, Nas Goth just joined. Thank you so much, you
Woo.
guys. We will see you on Wednesday. And of course, in the meantime, we will have more videos coming to you. Until then, have yourself a good rest of the week or weekend.